What's going on, everybody? Welcome and welcome back to my channel, Seasons Change. My name is Ezra. If you are new here, in today's video we are doing our January 2026 budget reconciliation, budget closeout. So let's get right into it. I know it should be close to 10 o'clock. It's 9:54, and I have to go to the bank and go pick up some groceries, and I'm not trying to be outside too long because it's freezing cold. So this was my monthly budget for January, and I want to go through and make the necessary corrections. I'm missing a pen. I don't know why I didn't think to take it out. I don't know why I didn't think to take it out beforehand. I wasn't paying attention. Let's just say that I was not paying attention. So, and this is not anything bad. So I have a red pen here. I have a green pen, my pencil, and then of course my black pen. But I need the red pen because what I have listed down here for my mortgage is incorrect. So first and foremost, we're going to go through here my entire budget for the month of January. I budgeted $3,120. And that is based off me doing my paycheck budget of $1,560 per paycheck. I don't know if you can see that, but I budget $1,560 per paycheck. This is not my entire paycheck. It is the majority of my paycheck. It's just enough to make sure my bills are covered. Okay, so we checked out here. Okay, my emergency fund, I have $30 before I get paid. I have automatic deductions taken out of my paycheck. So I have $30 every pay going to my emergency fund. So that was $60 for the month of January. And I actually have $20 every pay going into a secondary checking account. And I have $10 every pay going into a personal savings. So the personal savings I just don't list on here. And the personal savings is where I just, like I said, have $10 per pay going there. And if it's, if I want to go get, let's say if I want to go to the store and get a pay, oh, there's a squirrel. Okay, the squirrel made me a lie. I didn't think the squirrels would be out when it's this cold. But anyway, if I wanted to go, let's say if I want to go to the beauty supply store and I needed to get a brush or I needed to get a new scarf or something like that, it will come out of that personal savings and not affect my my bills budget. So for the secondary checking account, $10 per pay goes in there. So this checked out. Like I said, the only thing I don't have on here that I didn't put on here is my personal savings, because I really don't touch that much, and it's really not that much in there, because there was a period of time where I just stopped putting money in there, and I just started putting money back in there this month. Okay. Now, as far as the mortgage is concerned, I have here that I was budgeting to pay $1,050.61 for the month, and I actually paid $1,050. This is what happens when you go ahead on and you schedule your mortgage payment, and then you decide after the fact to do the budget. I forgot. Okay, so, but I mean, the 61 cents is no big deal. As far as my utilities, gas, lights, and water, so I actually paid more than $420. Okay, so for my first paycheck in January, where is that sheet? My first paycheck in January, we're going to start with my gas bill. I paid $80, so that was $160 for the month of January, because I split that up. My electric bill, I was supposed to pay $90, but I paid $45 when I got paid February 9th. And then I turned around and I paid an additional $65 when I got paid January 23rd. Okay. AT&T, I did pay, no, water, I'm sorry. Where is it? Water, I paid $77.71. And that was because they charged me a $2.71 service fee for using my debit card. Even if I use my checking account, they still would charge as well. And actually, they would charge more using your checking account than using a debit card or a credit card. I never use a credit card when paying my water bill. I've never done that. Okay. Let's see. Gas, lights, water, Wi-Fi. And Wi-Fi, I paid $95. So in total for this month, I actually paid for my utilities, I paid $442.71. So that is a difference of $22.71. Okay. Now, as far as my car insurance, I told you my car insurance is $158.88, but I just rounded up to $159, so we are good there. Car payment, $479.02. We're good there. My debt payments. When I got paid January 9th, I made my regular debt payments right here of the $610, but I did turn around and make an additional $120 payment on my City Card number 1, which equaled up to $730. However, I did make additional payments of how much? 120. Hold on, you guys. Okay, sorry, you guys. So I actually made an additional $300 payment total on my City Card number 1. Now, I say City Card number 1 because I have 2 City Cards. One of them is at a 0 balance. Okay, so I only have 3 I shouldn't say only, but I have 3 credit cards that I'm currently making payments on. And my City Card number 1 is the one that I'm focused on for the year 2026. So, yeah, I made an additional $300 payment. So in total, I paid over $1,030, okay, in the month of January for my credit card bills. MOHELA, my student loan payment, that is checked out. So my total fix was actually more than, the actual total fix was more than the budgeted. So let's see what that was. So $1050 plus $442.71 plus $159 plus $479.02 plus $1,030 plus $20. That equals $3,180. Okay, and that is a difference 2738.63. That is a difference of $442.10. Okay. The subscriptions, Netflix and Apple. So Netflix for some reason I thought Netflix came out on the 17th, but it actually comes out on the 6th, which is the same day as Apple. It did come out on January 6th, but my pay for January started with January 9th. So this right here, this Netflix and this Apple is for the month of February. And that's already set aside, ready to go. Okay, so when we add the $20.98 to this $31.80 plus $20.98, that's actually $3,201.71. Okay, so 3201.71 subtract 3120. So it's a difference between the 3120 and the 3201 of $81. All of this has checked out. I did not have a negative in my account. I do not have a negative in my account. So everything is good. I got some funds that I was not expecting, which helped take care of some of these increases that I paid. Well, I shouldn't say I wasn't expecting. I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting to get them when I got them. I was expecting to get them later. But I did use that to take care of my credit card payment and the increase in my utility payments. So we are good on that end, but I also want to share with you my expense tracking. Hold on one second. Okay, you guys, now as far as what I have remaining from both of my paychecks for the month of January, I do have a good amount of money left over from both paychecks, and I am in the process of making a decision if I want to do one or the other. Number one, I would like to begin to rebuild my buffer in my checking account. I want to start off small to about $200 to $250 and work my way up to $500. But I also want to put as much money on my credit card, my Citi card, as I possibly can throughout the year so I can get it paid off. My goal is to get it paid off by the end of October, preferably the end of September. And I want to do as much as I possibly can to do so. So I'm kind of stuck on what decision to make, but whatever decision that I make, I know it's going to be the right decision for me, even if I decide to just, build up my buffer slower, or, a little bit at a time, or if I just put additional money on my Citi credit card a little at a time, $20 this week, $20 next week. And then when it's time for me to make my regular monthly payment, that's, $200, $300 that month. So I'm trying to work that out. And once I figure it out, I will let you know. Now, as far as my expenses, I do apologize for this sun, y'all. There's really nothing I can do about it. When the last time I went over my expense tracker, when I got paid January 9th, you saw all of these transactions here. I know they're kind of hard to see because I have them in pencil. But you see where I have highlighted. Everything that I have highlighted were purchases that were not necessary, not needed, not required. So I had 2 Amazon purchases on here that were not necessary, not needed, not required, and 2 McDonald's purchases that were on here that were not needed, not necessary, and not required. However, I identified these 2 McDonald's purchases as trauma responses because I fell out of my chair, the same chair I'm sitting in. I fell backwards out of this chair. And if you know my story, a couple years ago, I fell backwards down my basement stairs and broke my leg. And I developed PTSD from that. So when I fell backwards, I still had all of my facilities with me, but for a period of time, I thought I might have busted my knee and broke my leg again. And when I recognized that I didn't, and I was just sore, the one thing that I always would run to was food, comfort food, emotional response, trauma response. So that's what this was. And the other reason that I'm trying to, track my expenses is, number one, why am I making purchases I don't necessarily need? And number two, really to see where all of my money is going and to see if I can, be better at tracking my money, if I can be better at spending my money, if I can learn to tell myself, Desiree, you don't need this stuff. And I'm getting better at it every day. So what you see here is everything that came out of my account, from my bills account. This is what comes out of my bills account. This is the money that I have to question myself. Anything that I take out of my personal savings account, anything that I take out of my household account, and my household account really just covers things like dish liquid, toilet paper, paper towel, things that I don't need to purchase right now because I'm stocked up for a little while. I don't focus on those accounts. I don't focus on my household account. I don't focus on, I shouldn't say my household account. I don't focus on my household needs account. I don't focus on my secondary checking account. I don't focus on my emergency fund, and I don't focus on my personal savings. I do not touch my emergency fund. I just have money going into that account every time I get paid. But the account that is most active is this one because all of my bills comes out of here. And it's easier for me to make other purchases like Amazon and McDonald's because that card is the one that I carry every day. Okay. So that I'm only tracking my household bills account. I'm not tracking anything else. So all of this is relative to my household bills accounts. And this is what came out. Between these 2 Amazon and McDonald's orders, I think I added it up to be like $160 that I spent that was unnecessary that I could have put on my Citi card. Okay. So, I had to check myself on that. But today, and then of course my consumer's energy payment when the last time I got paid as well on January 9th. The rest of these is, one of them is out of order because I didn't think about it until after the fact, which is DTE, where I paid $65 instead of the $45. I paid $65 and I paid it early. But I have my mortgage down here, and let me put that this is for February. So I have my mortgage down here, my second payment for my gas, which is $80, AT&T 95, DTE 65, the other half of my car insurance at 82, my student loan payment, and my last Amazon purchase. It is not highlighted in orange because the items that I bought, I needed. There was hair gel, eyebrow sealing, and there was 2 pots that I purchased to replace the 2 pots I threw away a couple of months ago. Those pots I had for about, I want to say I had those pots almost 20 years, y'all. So it was time for them to go. It was time for them to go. The handles were starting to really just handle. And it was like, yep, I didn't use y'all long enough. It's time to go. So that's what this is. And as soon as I get my order, this card is coming out of the Amazon account. I'm logging out the Amazon account. I'm taking the app off my phone. And we're not going to worry about Amazon no more for a while. Okay? So that's it on the expense tracker. And then the last thing is I want to give you an update on my debt payments. So for the month of January, I paid a total thus far on my Discover card. So for the month of January thus far, I made total payments of $392.17 on my Discover card. And I made a total payment on my credit union credit card of $110, and then on my City Number One card, which is my focus, I made a total payment of $675.95. So I will do a debt confession, updated debt confession, either sometime in March or the beginning of April, so you can see where I'm at when it comes to getting my credit cards paid down. I do have a debt tracker. And I'm only focused on, as far as the debt tracker, I'm just focused on my City Number One card, which is on this side, and my Discover card, which is over here. So as you can see, I'm only going to show my Discover card. I don't want to show my City card just yet because that is the one that I'm focused on. So as you can see, my balance for my Discover card at the beginning of January was $10,182.17. And as of January, my monthly payment was $233. And every time I decided to make a payment or money was refunded, I did put it on here. So I made an initial payment January 9th of $250, which was more than the minimum payment. It wasn't that much more, but it was $17 more than the minimum payment. And then AAA refunded me my renter's insurance of $130.75 that I did pay off of this card. They just put it back on the card. And then I turned around on the 19th because this balance was $9,801.42. I just went on ahead. I don't know about y'all, but I like to have an even number. So I just went on ahead and paid $11.42 just to get it down to the $9,790 of where it is right now. So every time I make some sort of a payment, I do list it here. Now for my City card, which is on the other side, I did list, I have my balance listed, the minimum payment, and then I have all of the payments that I have made on that card. I just do not have the actual balance written down for every single payment. I'm doing that on purpose. I just want to focus on the payments at the moment and not really focus on where the balance is on that card until the first quarter is over with. And so I'm hoping I'm making sense. But anyway, that is it. That is my budget closeout. So we are good. We are starting this year financially on a positive foot. And I am praying that I continue to stay on that positive foot and continue to work on bringing my credit card debts down to the point where I can get one, maybe two paid off this year. and just keep going in a positive direction and making sure I'm learning to master my money and not allow my money to master me. With that, you guys, you all take care. I will see you in another video. Bye.